My name is Benedict Owusu. A very good morning to you. It's a Monday morning here on the AM show, and we've got to talk sports, and we have to talk about the 2018 World Cup qualifiers here on the continent, as well as we check what happened in Europe and the CONMEBOL qualifiers. Argentina tonight, they have to win their game and see if they can probably make it to the top 4 in their zone to make a World Cup qualification. But here on the local scene, we didn't witness anything. Ghana Premier League, MTN FA Cup, but it was about the 2018 World Cup qualifiers. The Black Stars played host to Congo at the Barbara Stadium on Friday. Unfortunately, it ended 1-1 to dash Ghana's hopes of making a 4th World Cup appearance. We've got highlights of that game for you.
Got a quality record because he's young. He's only 44 years of age, but he'll be hoping that they can cause an upset, get some points on the scoreboard for the first time. And a high ball upfield, it's not bad at all. It's putting a little bit of pressure on this Ghanaian defence. Oh my word, he had to take that, Richard Afori. Mayembro, here's the free kick coming into the penalty area. Good opportunity, there's loads of players, it's in the back of the net. But was there an offside call? And I think there was. That goal will not be awarded. Pass to Bifuma, wasn't the case. Bahambula was the man who went on that surging run. Oh, it's been pinched now, an opportunity. Can he get a decent cross in? The ball's been pulled back. There it is! Oh, it's a goal for Congo! Well, how disappointing it must be for Ghana. They weren't expecting that. Tama, who's coming to replace John Boy, who's injured, has the ball pinched from him. Oh, nicely done. And a shot on goal! It's a great shot, a great save. Barrel Muku comes to the rescue. Cousin Sport. And Thomas Agiapong comes on. It means that things aren't really going well. On call, Atsu. Atsu's there. Can he get a shot in? He does get a shot in. It's low, but it's wide. Oh, that's a beautiful ball down this left-hand side. The opportunity's there. Good save. Let's see, this is moving forward. Now, Jordan Ayew. Can he get a shot in on goal? Oh, it's been stopped there. Behind I think. That's a good ball. Good opportunity. There's the goal for Ghana. And it's Partey who scored. Well, they have left it late, I can tell you that. But how much that goal means to these fans. And that was a fine, slick finish into the corner. He's got everything. Great score. Oh, that's a horrible shot. Second. Oh, that's been kicked out. It's still in play, in fact. Now Ghana pushing forward. Can they get the ball in? Jean is off out of the bench. A little bit too close for comfort. They need to be very careful. There's the final whistle. Well, that is just disappointing for Ghana, but what a result.
So that's how it ended at the Barbara Stadium on Friday. The Black Stars drawing 1-0 with Congo. Now, Asamoah is skipper of the team, and you saw him at the touchline issuing instructions, and for him, they did not have the desire to play the game against Congo. Take a listen.
Honestly, it's very, very difficult. Things didn't go well as we were expecting to, as expected, and we didn't play the way we wanted to play, like tactically, mentally. I didn't know what went wrong, but I would say the desire wasn't there today. You know, you could see even before the game, like it's one of those days that things happen. You know, nobody is to be blamed here, but it's one of those days that sometimes you get on the field and then the desire, I don't know what went wrong, but I think it's one of those days. Yeah, there was pressure. It was good. It was a good pressure for us, and we thought the group had opened, and then we can make sure we win today, and then we take it. You know, I'm a professional footballer, and we need to just keep our heads up. We go into Congo, make sure we do what we do best, and then we see what happens at the end of the day, because whether we like it or not, we're still playing the qualifier, and we have to play to the end, and you might not know.
So that was Black Stars captain Asamoah. Well, for the Serge Palmer is an executive committee member of the Football Association, and he doubles as chairman of the Black Stars, vice chairman of the Black Stars Management Committee. Well, for him, our qualification to the World Cup, it's over.
Every dog has his bad day, and we met our David today. We couldn't win the game. You know these boys and what they are capable of doing. I'm quite hopeful that in the return leg, they will come to the party and correct all wrongs that they did today. We may not be able to qualify, but I will urge them that at least Ghana will have to place a respectable position on the log. That is exactly what we have to do. In that, a win from the game between Egypt and Uganda for any of the sides will take the qualification out of the reach of Ghana.
So that was Preferred Osei, a member of the Ghana Football Association Executive Committee and is Vice Chairman of the Black Stars Management Committee. So we'll check the standings in Group E, where Ghana is after match day 3, and we'll see if the Black Stars, you know, there's been some permutations and calculations, mathematics probably, that can help Ghana go through, and I'll tell you about it. I know you wouldn't like it, but I'll tell you. So there you go. Uganda are leading after 3 matches. They have 7 points. Egypt 6 points from 3 games, and Ghana 2 points from 3 games, and Congo, they have just a point from 3 games. So the next games, there you go. We'll have it on Tuesday. Ghana away to Congo in Brazzaville, and Egypt will play host to Uganda in Alexandria. Okay, briefly, before we move on, I'm just going to give you an idea of how Ghana can qualify. Yes, I've heard people say it's not possible, but you listen. You know, we've played 3 matches and we are left with 3 more games. So if you're able to win our next 3 games, okay, and for Uganda, Egypt to draw, so this very Tuesday, that's tomorrow. So if Uganda and Egypt should draw, and we beat Uganda in Kampala, and also Congo should draw with Egypt. So Ghana would have to win our 3 matches for you and pray that Uganda, Egypt will draw, as well as Congo draw with Uganda and Egypt, so you can qualify. It's funny, but you know, anything can happen. This is football. Anything is possible. Now we have to move on and do the other qualifiers here on the continent. And Nigeria played Cameroon in Oyo. Nigeria won that game by 4 goals. And also Zambia, they defeated Algeria by 3 goals to 1, and Wela scored a brace in that game. So we've got highlights of the Nigeria game as well as the Zambia-Algeria game.
The Russia 2018 qualification quest continued in Uyo, where Group B leaders of the CAF region, Nigeria, searched for their 3rd win from 3 matches when they hosted African champions Cameroon. In the 24th minute, the Super Eagles bench was up in arms when Victor Moses was denied the game's opener, with Odion Igalo deemed offside. Soon after, Moses was close to getting the goal he craved after a pinpoint cross from Moses Simon. Eventually, the Cameroonian net would bulge, with skipper John Obi Mikel's delicate ball over the top being finished by Igalo. The Super Eagles found their 2nd when Moses' corner combined with Igalo's dummy allowed the ball to reach Mikel for an expert finish. The indomitable Lions finally showed some life early in the second half, with Andre Zambo testing from range, but Moses finally got his name on the score sheet in the 55th minute to make it 3-0. Gernot Rohr's team made it 4-0 in the 76th minute when Kelechi Iheanacho headed in Ogenyi Onazi's cross to wrap up a dominant 4-0 victory.
Win for Zambia against Algeria wouldn't just be an upset, it will also be their first in 35 years. Chipolopolo were aiming high in their 3rd World Cup qualifier. Both these sides were in danger of failing to qualify, coming into the match with a single point each. The hosts were left frustrated in the opening 5 minutes. Brian Mwila was denied by the uprights. However, the Platinum Stars man settled all nerves shortly afterwards at the Heroes National Stadium, breaking the deadlock with his maiden senior goal for Zambia.
It's got a chance now, it's a goal! This time around, Brian Mwila will not be denied.
The hosts were bossing proceedings, leaving the Greens chasing, and they almost went 2 ahead after 13 minutes of play. They would, however, double the advantage before the break. The Algerian defense was at 6s and 7s, and Mwila took full advantage, quickest to the loose ball, bagging his brace to lift the crowd once again. However, the home supports in Lusaka were muted in the second period when the deadly Yassine Brahimi pulled one back with a ferocious strike from range. Things took another turn for the worse right afterwards for the hosts as they lost playmaker Fashion Sakala, a second bookable offence, leaving Chipolopolo a man short. The Zambians were under heavy pressure in the closing stages. However, thanks to 19-year-old starlets Enoch Mwepu, they managed to restore their 2-goal cushion, which they held on to. A huge win for Chipolopolo, who sealed their first win of the group. Algeria's hopes of making it to Russia are now slowly diminishing.
All right, okay, so Algeria lost to Zambia by 3-1, Nigeria beating Cameroon by 4-0. The other matches that were played over the weekend, Uganda defeated Egypt by 1-0, and we had Cape Verde also beating South Africa by 2-1, as well as Morocco thrashing Mali by 6-0, and Tunisia defeated DR Congo by 2-1. So Gabon 0, Ivory Coast went away, and Libreville and defeated Gabon by 3-0, with Senegal drawing goalless with Burkina Faso in Dakar. So tomorrow there will be matches in the World Cup qualifiers here on the continent, and 2 matches will be played today. We'll have the Cameroon-Nigeria game in Yaoundé, as well as Libya-Guinea is happening today. Then tomorrow we'll have Congo-Ghana, South Africa, Cape Verde, Ivory Coast will play host to Gabon, with DR Congo playing Tunisia, and Burkina Faso will come up against Senegal, and we'll have Egypt, Uganda in Alexandria, as well as Mali, Morocco, and Algeria, Zambia. So here on the continent, we had World Cup qualifiers. Also in Europe, there were qualifiers as well. Belarus, Sweden won by 4-0, with Netherlands beating Bulgaria by 3-1, as well as France, Luxembourg ending goalless, and Portugal going away to beat Hungary by 1-0. Switzerland finishing off Latvia by 3-0, as well as Estonia won Cyprus 0, and Gibraltar losing 4-0 to Bosnia and Herzegovina. So we'll do more on the World Cup qualifiers. The CONMEBOL is also happening. Brazil have already put qualification to the World Cup. Bolivia, Chile is happening later tonight, and we'll have Colombia, Brazil, and Ecuador, Peru, as well as Argentina, Venezuela, and Uruguay will go away to play Paraguay. So that's it by way of the World Cup qualifiers. Other matters as well. 2017 US Open is ongoing, and Maria Sharapova is out of the championship. She lost to Anastasia Sevastova.
Playing in the 4th round at the US Open for the first time since 2014, Maria Sharapova came up against Latvian 16th seed Anastasia Sevastova on a cold, muggy day at Flushing Meadows. It was expected to be a match of power versus guile in the first ever clash between these two players, but the Russian former world #1 racing into commanding 4-1 lead in the first set. However, Sevastova fought her way back, winning 3 straight games by varying her shots and pace. With the set looking likely to go all the way to a tiebreak, Sharapova made a telling break in the 12th game to take the opening set 7-5. The underpowered Sevastova, realizing her first serve would be key to the return of Sharapova, made a vital break early in the second set. And with a first serve percentage at 79%, the Latvian took the set 6-4 to send the encounter into a deciding third. The Latvian continued that momentum, breaking Sharapova twice at the start of the third to swiftly move into a 3-love lead. The 30-year-old Russian broke back in the 4th and held serve to narrow the deficit to 3-2. But when Sevastova broke for a 3rd time, she was serving for the match and her 2nd consecutive quarter-final appearance.
Sharapova is out as Sevastova sizzles on Ash.
So Sevastova through to the next stage of the US Open at the expense of Maria Sharapova. Well, South Africa's Kevin Anderson also through to the next stage. He defeated Paulo Lorenzo.
Uninformed Kevin Anderson was looking to advance to the US Open quarterfinals for the 2nd time in his career on Sunday. Standing in the 28th seeded South African's way was Italy's Paolo Lorenzi. The big serving South African toiled hard in the opening set. He was matched by Lorenzi until late in the set when the Italian failed to hold serve, handing Anderson the first set 6-4. Anderson remained on top in the second through another break of serve, which put the South African on the verge of progression in the tournament. The Italian's time at the US Open looked to be all but over when he surrendered a service game in the 3rd set to Anderson, but Lorenzi rallied when it mattered most and broke back in the next game, taking the set to a tiebreak. Lorenzi then won the set decider, keeping his hopes alive. The Italian sent Anderson into crisis mode as he began to read the South African serve and claimed the first break of the 4th set through an Anderson double fault. but Big Kev responded superbly to break back the following game before claiming a second break in the set to advance in 4 sets.
For the second time in his career, 31-year-old Kevin Anderson of South Africa is into a major quarterfinal.
Really tough. I felt I got off to a great start those first 2 sets. Really imposed my game. That was definitely my game plan coming out. But I knew I've known Paolo for a while, and he's a terrific fighter. Never gives in. Runs for everything, and I proved it today. It really pushed me. I had to dig deep, and it just feels absolutely fantastic to get through tonight's match.
So that's our EN Sports this morning here on the AM Show. I'm Benedict Tusi. Thanks so much for your company. We are back tomorrow with more sports. Until then, get to the My Joy Online Sports page and read more sports stories for yourself. And keep following us on Twitter. You find us at Joy Sports GH, on Facebook as at Joy Sports. Have a wonderful day.